Hello, hello, all of you beautiful faces. Yes, my eyes aren't finished because today we are doing an instructional video on how to put on false eyelashes and how to correctly size them to your eye. And then we are going to, before we do that, we're going to also talk about the donuts and the eggs, and we're going to talk about how those performed. It's what I'm wearing on my eyes today, and we're going to talk about that a little bit. But today we are starting our series on the book Safe People. This is written by Dr. Henry Cloud and Dr. John Townsend, which are both psychologists, Christian psychologists, which are really amazing men of God. And this is a book I'm reading right now. I'm already halfway through from reading it one day. And this is something I'm implementing in my life right now. I am literally going to cut out unsafe people. And I am going to start surrounding myself with people who are worthy and who are safe people. And you guys will learn what that is as we go along. But we're going to start with the word. And today the words, we're starting in the word in 1 Corinthians 15 and the verses 33. And it says, "Do not be deceived. Evil company corrupts good habits." So if you think that you can say, oh, well, Jesus hung around, he sat and ate with the taxpayers and the sinners and the adulteresses. Yes, but he was Jesus, and he had delivering power that we do not walk in. And he did not just go hang out with them like on a continual basis while they were in their sin. He set them free and then sent them on their way. There's a difference between hanging around with somebody and being their Messiah and deliverer. We're talking about us, people who are Christians, who are even maybe non-Christians, because this applies to non-Christians alike. But we are not the Lord. And we do not have delivering power, but through his anointing moving through us. And many people are really good Christians and hang around people who are not like-minded. And the Bible says you are not to be unequally yoked together with unbelievers. And what happens is, little by little, that person's walk crumbles, and then next thing you know, they're living in full-blown sin again, and then they're like, I don't understand why. Well, I'm going to share a little bit. I can only legally share little bits of this book, so that is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to share from chapter 1, which is what is an unsafe person, and I'm going to share a little bit of reading about it. But this is giving a story about a girl named Karen that he had dated, and he says when it was what Karen wanted to do, it was a pleasure. If she needed to hit the book, she made it fun. If it was time to play, she was a riot. But if it was I who needed to study, instead of studying with me, she'd get impatient and go out with her friends. The same imbalance occurred on a deeper level. I was mostly there for her. She was seldom there for me. Once, when I was in the middle of a conflict with a friend, Karen didn't see me for a few days just to let me sort it out, instead of being there for him. And so, and another sentence says, all I'd see all the character flaws I'd missed: duplicity, dishonesty, irresponsibility, and self-centeredness. Now, how many of you have someone in your life like that? Like when you are there for them, they're like, oh my gosh, you're like the best, blah, blah, blah. They're just like your best pal. They're really great to you. But when you're the one needs somebody to listen to what you're dealing with and to be an ear for you, that person is never available. They always have something that it makes them uncomfortable. They don't care enough about you to get past their the things that make them uncomfortable, because I understand that some people do not deal with other people's issues very well. But that does not mean you can't try as a quality friend. Look, I have several friends like that. I have several friends like that. That when it comes to when I need something, they're just absent-minded. Like they just don't even listen to like the text or to what I'm saying. Then in the next breath they go on about something they're dealing with, and they don't even comment on what I said. And it's like, wow, oh my gosh, it's amazing how people can do that. And so these teachings are designed to help you. What we're going to be is to teach you how to spot an unsafe person and either cut them out like a disease or set godly boundaries with them. But I hope that this helps you. And if you want to get the book, again, it is called Safe People, and it is by Dr. Henry Cloud and Dr. John Townsend. I recommend it. I would go on eBay and like get a used one, or you can find them really cheap. I got this very inexpensive because it was used. I mean, I read and I'll reread and read and reread a book, and then I keep notes in it for myself. As you can see, when I go through it, there's a bunch of things highlighted and underlined, and like, I don't know if you can see the purple highlighting, but I have tons of things highlighted and underlined in here so that I know where to go back to about things that just apply to me or my life. And you know, some of you may be unmarried to a safe person. It helps you teaches you how to set proper boundaries with those people. And it is a godly thing to be around people who treat you the way you deserve to be treated. So, with that said, let's get on with the show. But today I am trying a brand new pair of sunglasses. Sunlashes. Where did that come from? Eyelashes. They are called Salon Perfect, and they're the Go Glam multi-pack. They look like this. These look absolutely perfect for me. I'm hoping they look as good on, but they look exactly like the kind I like to wear. I got this 5-pack for $3.99, so it's less than $1 a pair. And I bought every single box they had because it's very hard for me to find lashes that work well for me. So what I do is I peel them off the thing. I just take this and peel them off, and then I have the lash in my hand, and I take it and stick it to my finger like this. Now this lash is going to go on my right eye. So what I know is how these fit is you can take it. Now I'm going to have to put the mirror here so you guys can see. I take it, and you can set it. Oh gosh, I gotta take these out of my hand. It's easier sometimes if I use tweezers too to hold it. Well, you take it and you set it on your eye, and you see how much goes to the end. Like, I could almost wear this just the way it sits. I really could probably, without having to trim any, because these are not that long. But I don't like mine to come way back here, because when my eyes water, they lift. So since these are shorter, you go to the ends, and you can see they have little knobs on these. So I'm going to just cut off the last 2 pieces with my little nippers. Then I use these. This is what I use. This works better for me, because it makes it easier for me to hold it and place it on my eye properly. Now I'm going to just try it again to see if I like where it will end up sitting. Yep, and that looks perfect for me. So I just hold it like this. I've got my Duo glue. I do not like the clear glue. It does not work for me. It dries too fast. It does not last on my eyes for several days like Duo does. This is just what works best for me. I know some other people hate Duo, but it's just what works best for me. I can wear my lashes up to 3 days with this glue. Sometimes even more, depending on if my eyes water or not. But I usually leave these on just because of the fact I don't want to keep using the chemical of the glue on my eyes. So I just put the glue on the tip and it looks just like that, you guys. That's how much glue I put on. And then I usually count to 7, but since it's been a minute, I'm gonna go ahead and put them on. I start with my right hand in my inner, and just place it, and then I take this, I wipe off any excess glue. I hate that I don't have a towel on my head because I usually put these on with a towel on my head, but today I decided to dry my hair first for the video's sake, and then I'm going to pull it over to the edge where I want it. Then I take the center here, make sure it's in place. And then I make sure that this is pushed up to my lash line, that it's not coming off. This is actually still maybe just a little bit long for my eye, for what I usually wear, but I'm not going to peel it off and do it again. I'll trim it next time. And then you just take it and make sure you push the lashes up. Tell you what, these are much longer in the front here than what I normally wear. Then I have one of these pointer tweezers. They have a very, very pointed end. If I see that it is not sticking, like one little spot is not sticking, I just take this and get a tiny little dab, I mean a tiny little dab on the end of my tweezers here. I put it right in the spot, wipe them off. Run that along the edge just to make sure it lines up. And just push along it. Now I've got a lash. I'm going to actually take my tweezers right here and just cut this one lash because it's really long in the front. That's going to bug me, and now it's perfect. So on to the second lash. Now I peel it off. If there's any excess glue, make sure you peel it off of the lash itself. And I'm going to take my nippers and cut it again at two little knobs, because see, these have the little knobs. You can see there's separation in between. I see there's a little glue there too. I'm going to pull off because that does mess with your glue that you put on. So you want any glue from them using at first off. So I'm going to cut it at the second little thing. That's off. I'm going to hold the lash like this. If you get like a ball of it in the center, I just take the tip of this and spread it along the lash like this. I just take the tip. If there gets too much comes out in one spot, I take it and spread it along the lash. See, and then I have a nice thin strip of glue. Count to 7 in my head, blow on them. You want it to be a little bit tacky or else it will just slip all over your eye when you go to put it on. Now on this side, I start on the outer instead of the inner. I go from one side to the other. So I got to get more to the center here to make sure I put it on right. See, and then I just place it on there. That one actually went on even easier than the first one, which I love. I'm just making sure it's down in my lash line, not sticking on top. You kind of want it to rest on your lashes and against the skin, not up on top of your, where there's a big gap in between your lashes, and you don't want a gap of skin in between your lashes and your falsies, because it will look ridiculous and it will show. Then you can just take these and push them up to how you want the curl to be. Now you can see what a difference, just even though I haven't put mascara on, how much it lifts up my eyes, because I lost a lot of my lashes when I had my children, and I've been wearing Falsie since that, unfortunately. I wish I had beautiful lashes, and my kids are living proof of it. My kids are like, have lashes like me, not like their dad, which I prayed into existence, because I was like, Lord, don't you let my kids have my husband's eyelashes. I literally prayed about stuff like that. And I'm telling you, he did. He was faithful. And so I do wear a lot of mascara on them. Now, what mascara you use is up to you, but the ones that can be, like I use Bad Gal Bang on my lower lashes, and then on the top I used either Tardius. Today I'm going to use the Laura Geller Lash Boss, which I love as well. I may mix it with some Tardius just to thicken it up, but we'll see how it does. But I always do my bottom lashes first. You can do a line of liner if that's the look you like. It personally, that's just not how I like it. It closes my eyes up too much if I try to do a wing or something. But oops, I got some up on my upper lashes. Oh, if falsies weren't such a pain to do, I would put them on my bottom, because I barely have any bottom lashes. But it is what it is, and I just got mascara in my hair. So I may go over that. Let's see. Now I'm going to do the top. And what I do is I start with the eye that I did first, so I let the glue dry. And I go down underneath to get as much as my natural lashes as I can, which is like next to nothing, like maybe 14 lashes. But it does help to make these look more natural when you put mascara on your lashes underneath first. Just yours. And it also conceals the glue, and then you carry it up into the lashes. Yes, these are so much longer. Like, they really show now that I'm putting mascara on them. Might see, this is why I don't like doing, oh, that one is very weird. And there's a couple back here I'm going to trim because I don't like the way they look, and it just doesn't look like my lashes. And I don't recommend this to anyone else, because I don't want you to cut your lashes, but since I don't have lashes to cut, I can trim them with them on. Now I'm going to go over and do this eye and get underneath. makes a huge difference in seeing now how just on this how it does not show the glue anymore. And the glue does dry clear, but when you cover just your little tiny lashes underneath, it really makes a difference in how your falsies will look. And then go up into the upper lashes next. And I don't ever coat them a lot because they don't really need it. And I just got it on my nose, but since I like lashes that look natural, I do coat them because I don't get the ones that are usually even as long as these. But now I just trim that one there. That's just a long one. Get this off the nose. And there you have it. So that's how you apply lashes. But today, you guys, I used this donut, and I have to tell you I'm really disappointed. I'm going to show you. I used this color here. I also used the yellow donut. I used this first as my transition, and it just barely showed up at all. And then I used this one, and I had to do like 4 coats for this to show really well. I don't understand why. I had the Tarte primer on. It just was, it was so opaque to get it to be as deep as I wanted it today. It just was not showing. And then I used this color as my base for my crease and on each side of my halo. Then I went over it with this color here, which it is, you can see this is a super bright color. It will not deepen to the colors that are in here. I have to say I had a really hard time blending these because they're so creamy. I have to shift this because I'm a little bit hot. It's really hot here today, you guys. Oh my gosh, like insanely hot. So I don't know what the deal is, but you know when you get a cream shadow and they dry to powder, it's like these are stained cream. That's the only way I can explain it. So as I was trying to blend it, it was lifting in some spots. It was not stained the way I wanted it to. I mean, it was really difficult to work with. With that said, look, I got these for free with my Ultra Rewards, and I still think they're adorable. I still will use them at certain times, but let me tell you, it is not going to be on a hot summer day because the creaminess is going to make them just disappear. And I don't know if it's because I have older hooded eyes, look, but I'm pretty good at working with shadows, and this is like, these were just very difficult to work with. I'm still glad I made the purchase because I still think they're adorable. I love the idea, but I think they're more geared towards younger girls' skin, or when you want to do an eye look where you don't do a halo and you just want to do like one fell swoop of color, so that way you don't have to worry about it moving around, because if it moves around, it's all one color. But I would not recommend them for the more mature eye like me. And that's just my how I see it, you guys. I hope someone else has a better experience with them than I do, but they just did not work for me at all. And I was going to use one of the, so I'm going to use this highlighter today. I have not put on highlighter yet, but I was going to use the eggs, and it just didn't work out because the color, I was having such a hard time, but I did want to show you, wow, now this is beautiful. Oh my gosh, look at that highlight, you guys. Wow. I mean, there is still so much on here. It's very powdery, I'm not gonna lie about that. It's super powdery, but boy, look at that. It is getting the job done. It's really beautiful. I still love the eggs. I still love because they have 2 highlighters in each one. Even if I got them just for the highlighters, they were still so worth it. I did not end up trying the shadows in those today because, like I said, I had so much problems with what I was working with. I also want to tell you, I got this, and my beautiful friend Jeanette sent me this. Thank you, Jeanette. I absolutely love it, but what I can tell you is you cannot use this with, oh gosh, and there it goes flying, with the e.l.f. setting spray. See, I usually use this to wet my brush. When I used this, it ruined this, like it would not. When I took my finger and patted it on my eye, it was gorgeous. But because I have long nails, I have a hard time getting it to pat on properly. So I like to wet the brush, it just makes it easier. But when I use this, it took the product right off my eye. So if you're gonna wet a brush with these eyes, excuse me, oh my gosh, hello, yes, real life here, babes. But if you're gonna use these, I suggest using them with water only and not a setting spray, because I'm telling you, you don't need it. But these are so creamy. I'm going to show you that when you push on it, it leaves an indentation in the pan. So, but what I love about it is, look at that color. Show you a little trick. It's beautiful. Now I have a really pretty metallic. I have ABH that came in our Allure box on. So what I do when it's really dry like it is, I use the Antelope, and I'll show you how amazing this stuff is. Take it. What I love about Antelope is I usually use it as the base, but today, since I already had the lip on, I forgot to put it on. But now you have a really beautiful metallic lip with using the Makeup Revolution eyeshadow. So you can think outside the box with your shadows, ladies. It will work. Oh, I'm clipping my hair back today, folks, because this is like driving me bananas how hot it is. But this is absolutely amazing on its own. But I do not recommend, again, I do not recommend the donuts with mature skin. They just did not work with me. I honestly don't like my eye look now because it just bugs me. It just didn't come out the way I was hoping. It's still lifting in some spots because of the e.l.f. primer, which I will not ever get this again because it does it more than just to this shadow. It does it with a lot of shadows. So that's it, folks. I hope this helped you. I'm sorry this video is so long, but someone asked me to do a tutorial on eyelashes, so I wanted to do that for them. So I pray that God keeps you safe in this crazy world we live in. Bye.